Fight you? No, I want to kill you.
Hey everybody, BM Collectibles here, back for another statue unboxing review for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at an all-in-one glorious statue of the character Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video where I will be giving details on how you could win this SH Figuarts Goku or one of 4 Culture Shock pins of Super Saiyan Vegeta. They are both numbered and limited, so stick around, we'll check it out in the end. A new style of statue is coming out, and Heroes Kingdon SHK Studio is kind of pioneering a lot of these, where it comes with multiple forms of the same character as they progress in the show. The notch in the center of this base has to be one of the largest I've ever seen, so it's as expected with what we're going to be connecting it to later. But we have that, and then all around the edges are areas where other pieces will connect to later, so this can all come together. As expected, the large piece in the center is going to be Gohan as he transformed into his great monkey transformation. First off, I'll say this thing is quality. It's really thick, it's not thin. Most pieces when they're casted this large are hollow inside, but this one is not. So we have a lot of different things on the back that are going to be resting against, so resin rubbing up against resin. That's why they're those smoother parts so nothing does scratch or scrape each other, but we'll connect other pieces to that later. Later on, another foot is actually going to stand on that shoulder as well. But a lot going on here. This is kind of really just an extension of that base that's going to anchor everything together. The face of Gohan in this form look amazing. His mouth is wide open, so it's as if he's roaring. Just like in the show when he was standing in front of the moon transformed for the first time, it just looks so epic. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button on the video. Let's see if we can get it to 1,000. Casted as one giant piece, we have this clear resin aura or chi effect that's going to be shooting out of the backside of the statue. These areas right here will later help the next piece we're taking a look at, the cloud effect, to anchor to the rest of the base. There are some magnets that do help this as well to rest securely on the backside. Here is that cloud effect that I mentioned before. Now there is several different anchor points for all the different forms of Gohan that will be attached to this. We already saw that one in the top left. We have one here, one in the back right, one below it. That's a magnet there that will rest on a foot. But so many different areas that are really going to be the backbone of holding up all the Gohans on the back side. This empty space in the back is actually where we will be attaching a giant tail. We'll take a look at that now. The tail is colored just like the rest of the body, so pretty basic here. Now, I'm not sure exactly why this was included. You can't really see it once everything's together. I guess it's a nice little touch, not really necessary, but you can see here how it fits into the back, and then we'll connect the cloud piece to the rest of the base now. I do have to lift Gohan's monkey form forward just a little bit to be sure that everything can rest and settle into place. Before we jump into the rest of the other forms of Gohan, here are some last effect pieces that will kind of complete the rest of the base and the diorama that's going on. These cloud effect pieces connect to the very front left and right side of the clouds. You can see those kind of square cavities there that key in. And lastly, we have some fire effect pieces. Why? I have no idea, but everything looks better with clear resin fire. And the first Gohan to appear is adult Gohan's right foot. Yep, that's what we're looking at. So this actually attaches on as the very first piece because as you later connect the Gohans onto the statue, you won't be able to connect this. So we got to get that into place first. I don't know about you, but Super Saiyan 2 Gohan has to be one of my favorite forms, not only of Gohan, but in the entire series. I didn't mention it before, but this is a 1/6 scale statue, so it is larger than some of the ones that I typically do review, and it is incredible how much detail they can add on this because there's a lot more figure to work with. If you haven't noticed already, there are some holes around Gohan. We'll later attach some electricity effect pieces on there. This was sculpted separately as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at his face close up. Man, did they do such a good job at really capturing his likeness and just how powerful he was in this form at that time in the show. And here's how he looks with all the effect pieces. Definitely a lot better. Makes it even more epic than it already was before. They were a little fragile to get in there. I had to be really careful, but definitely love the turnout in the end. Arguably, my least favorite form in this whole statue is going to be Great Saiyaman from Gohan. I didn't really enjoy him in this outfit or costume. It is a part of his story, so I totally understand why they included it, but at least they did a phenomenal job at really sculpting it and bringing it to life. You can see all the different shading throughout the green parts and the texturing on that charcoal. By charcoal, I mean that spandex-looking material that's all throughout the outfit. The antennas are missing off of his helmet. They were sculpted separately, but they did do a great job at painting the helmet. You can see it's more of a glossy paint job. Also, if you didn't see, there are areas on the front where the cape will connect to later. Now let's go ahead and get these antennas in. Of course, I am using some blue tack, just a little bit of it. It came with the statue. If you're not familiar with what blue tack is, it's like putty that you can put in here that safely allows things to attach. Adds a little bit of an extra layer of friction so that things can sit into place. Normally, if I would put these in there, they would just fall right out, but add a little bit of blue tack in there and they connect just fine. The cape for his Great Saiyaman form is huge, dynamic, and textured. They did a great job with this, and the way that it connects to the statue at first, I wasn't sure if it was going to feel sturdy enough or safe enough, but once it kind of keys in to that front area, I'm perfectly sold on the fact that they did a perfect job at making sure that it does stay on safely. Next up is Ultimate Form of Gohan, and man, does he have that serious face as when he came back in the show and had to face off against Boo. But wow, I love seeing how large this one is, and I mentioned before that when a statue is larger or a figure, a character representation is larger, you have more room to add all sorts of texturing and details in it. You can take a look and see what they did with this one and how amazing it looks up close. In this form also, they did a great job at doing all the muscle definition throughout him. It's not an exciting, dynamic pose, but you can definitely feel how powerful he is, even though he's just standing there. I will mention this company, SHK, does also have some Frieza and Cell statues planned for exactly the same way that they did this one. So it's really awesome that they're continuing this line of having all the different forms of both the antagonists and protagonists in the show. The only thing I have to say is please, someone do this for the Naruto series, please. Second to last, we have Gohan, and I guess what we would call his kid form. I mean, he's got two different kid forms in the show, but this is when he was training with Piccolo. He's obviously using his Masenko, and just looks fantastic. Just like the others, the quality persists all throughout. His hair sculpting was also really great. That's a tricky hair to sculpt as well. I love how wide-eyed and intense he looks in this shot. They really look like it just jumped straight out of the show, and the hands are perfectly positioned. But just overall, every single sculpt of Gohan in this statue just impresses me how it captured the likeness and season of that character in the moment in the show. Included in the deluxe or EX version is actually going to be the really young kid version of Gohan. Now this statue isn't going to be 1/6 scale. I don't know what this would be, maybe 1/5 or quarter scale, but it's much larger than the other Gohans we'll see here. He looks so cute and happy, and if we turn around on the back side of him, we'll see he does come with a tail that is removable. But really nice touch to have that in there. They capture his likeness so perfectly, and then we have the Dragonball that sits on top. Gohan definitely lands within the top 3 of my favorite characters in the Dragon Ball Z series. His progression was just so enjoyable. I think towards later in the series, maybe they dropped him a little bit too much, but I really did enjoy his growth from a kid all the way up to definitely teen and a little bit into his ultimate form or adult form. And lastly, SHK included a large envelope full of a few goodies. We'll go ahead and crack this open. The statue name was actually called One Lifetime, and I want to go ahead and let you have a moment to read this if you'd like. Go ahead and pause it. This is kind of just synopsising the story of Gohan and who he was. Next up, we have a art card, and it kind of feels like a gift card, basically, but it has the art version of the actual statue, the SHK logo, and then also included was this metal plaque that can serve as the edition size plaque, and it looks great. Got that nice silhouette of Gohan in Super Saiyan 2 form, and the logo on the back. Now we'll go ahead and go over the details for the giveaway that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. First off, this is for people within the United States only. I can't ship this internationally. It would cost more than the figure itself. The first thing I'd want you to do is visit Culture Shock Pins, which donated the 4 Super Saiyan Vegetas, and go ahead and follow them on Instagram, as well as following my BAM Collectibles account, and then you're going to be subscribed to my channel. Go ahead and, like I said, like the video, and leave a comment below, hashtag BAMLovesDBZ. That may have been a mouthful. I'll go ahead and pin a comment in the comment section with all the details if you want to refer to that. Now, this is by no means the last time we're going to be seeing Dragon Ball Z statues on this channel. I can't wait. We got some epic and awesome ones coming. Definitely one for Broly. I look forward to then, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy statue unboxing content, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, the notification bell so you don't miss my uploads. And as always, everybody, do what you love and love what you do. BAM out.